Look how funny it's going to get. This one is from Ibn Majah, which you can find on sunnah.com. Here you go, so you don't think I'm lying. Well, Tham, you're a liar, Tham. You're just making up hadith. Here you go. Now watch here. Hassan. Great Hassan, right? Sunan Ibn Majah, volume 5, book 33, hadith 3781. It was narrated from Ibn Buraidah that his father told that the Messenger of Allah said, the Quran will come on the day of resurrection like a pale man and will say, I am the one that kept you awake at night and made you thirsty during the day. Hassan. Hassan. Don't let him lie to you. It's daif, brother. Even if it's daif, that doesn't mean it's not good. Exactly. I'm going to now find my Zut file and put it back up again. Okay. 2 files. Pray I find them tonight before I sleep and put them up. So far, are you seeing this? All right. Let's go a little more. We got it right here, right? Hassan, right? Hassan. How about this, guys? This one is a doozy. And where? Oh, here we go again. Here we go. Here we go. You're enjoying this? Right? Because you need to put these dogs in their place because they are blasphemers who will murder you and make fun of you. Talking about these guys online, not the average Muslim who doesn't know much about his religion. You can't back down. You got to be men. You got to be warriors. There you go. This one is going to be fun. You want to watch here? Wait, click. Wait. What does it say right here? Right here, right now? Right here, right now. So you guys don't think I'm lying. Right here, right now. Come on. Where are you at, Jakey? Oh, Jakey. Oh, Jakey. You fat snakey. Here you go. Khalid bin Madan said, recite the rescuer. Now notice, chapter 32 of the Quran is called the Savior. Why should you recite it? Why should you recite chapter 32? Because it's your Savior. What do you mean, Savior? It will save you. Rescuer, which is Alif Lam Mim, the sending down. For I've heard that a man who had committed many sins used to recite it and nothing else. It spread its wing over him. Chapter 32 has wings. And said, my Lord, Rabbi, forgive him. For he often used to recite me. So the Lord Most High made it intercessor for him and said, record from a good deed and raise him a degree in place of every sin. But wait, number one, how does chapter 32 know who recites it and who doesn't? And number two, if it has wings, that means it's appearing as a bird. And number three, it calls Allah my Lord, but I thought it is the speech of Allah. What's going on here? How does chapter 32 know who recites it? And for it to have wings, it means it's appearing as a bird. And how does it speak to Allah, call Allah my Lord, and ask Allah to forgive the person when it's supposed to be the speech of Allah? Is Allah talking to himself? Is this Allah appearing in a different mode? Or are these distinct, eternal, uncreated divine beings that are not identical to Allah? Hold on, but let's continue. Khalid said also, it will dispute on behalf of the one who recites it when he is in the grave, saying, O God, if I am a part of thy book, make me intercessor for him. But if I'm not a part of thy book, blot me out of it. Plagiarizing the words of Moses. Now watch. Chapter 32 will be arguing with Allah, disputing with Allah, demanding that Allah forgives the person. No, demanding, oh God, if I'm part of your book, make me intercede for him. And if I'm not part of your book, blot me out, erase me from the book. It will be like a bird putting its wing on him. It will intercede for him and will protect him from the punishment of the grave. But that's not the only chapter. Even chapter 67 will do the same thing. He said the same about blessed is he, Quran 67. Khalid did not go to sleep at night till he had recited them. Taus said they were given 60 virtues more than any other surah in the Quran. So chapters 32 and 67 will dispute with Allah, argue with Allah, demand Allah to forgive the person that used to recite and tell him, my Lord, oh God, if we're part of your book, make us intercede. If not, erase us. How's that possible? Now notice how chapters 32 and 67 are plagiarizing the words of Moses. Okay, watch here. Let me show you. What do I mean? Let's go back to my article. You see it right there? Now watch. Tell me if this sounds familiar. Okay, let's see. Let's go now to Moses. Exodus 32. But we're going to read 30 to 32. 30 to 33. Okay? Tell me if this sounds familiar. Hold on. Exodus 32, 30, 31, 3. Now it happened on the next day that Moses said to the people, you yourself have committed a great sin, but now I'm going up to Yahweh. Perhaps I can make atonement for your sin. Then Moses returned to Yahweh and said, alas, this people has committed a great sin. They have made gods of gold for themselves. But now if you will forgive their sin, but if not, please blot me out from your book which you have written. Sound familiar? Sound familiar? And Yahweh said to Moses, whoever has sinned against me, I'll blot him out of my book. Moses, a living, conscious human being, can argue with God, intercede with God, and tell God, if you're not going to forgive them, blot me out from your book which you've written. How does the Quran, how do the chapters of the Quran intercede, argue with God, and get God to do what they want if they're not living, conscious beings? But I was told it's the speech of Allah and it's uncreated. So now you have at least 114 uncreated, living, conscious beings? Is that what we have? See? All right. Okay. Now we got more. This is from the Salafi website. It's considered the prominent Muslim website by Salafis like Sheikh Asim al-Hakim. What does it say here? It was narrated from Buraidah that the Prophet said the Quran will come on the day of resurrection like a pale man and will say, I am the one who that kept you awake as at night and made you thirsty during the day, narrated by Ibn Majah, class as Sahih. Wait, did you catch it? This is Sahih. And Al-Busayri and Al-Zawa'id and by Ibn Hajar and Al-Matalib Al-Aliyah. Ibn Hajar wrote a commentary on Bukhari. Busayri is considered one of the greatest hadith scholars. What did he say? It's Sahih. Sound. Al-Albani said in Da'if Ibn Majah, this is what he misquoted. Uthman Ibn Farouk, Ketchup Boy. He said, Da'if Ibn Majah, it is Da'if, but may be classified as Hassan, good. But two other renowned hadith scholars said Sahih. It was classed as Hassan because the hadith of Abu Hurairah in Al-Silsila Al-Sahihah. Okay. Guys, are you seeing the problem? Oh, and then it has such a long, lengthy tradition. Abdullah bin Amr narrated from the Prophet, the Quran will appear in the form of a man on the day of resurrection, will intercede for its companions. Now we're going to have to make some more corrections. Okay, you see it right here? This comes from Bukhari, said in his book, Khalq Afal al-Ibad. Abdullah bin Amr narrated from the Prophet, the Quran will appear in the form of a man on the day of resurrection to intercede for its companions. So Bukhari narrates it. Suhair bin Harb told me, Yaqub bin Ibrahim told us, my father told me, from Ibn Ishaq and Amr ibn Shuaib, Ibn Muhammad, Ibn Abdullah, Ibn Amr told me, from his father, from his grandfather, I heard this from the Prophet. Abu Abdullah al-Bukhari said, this is his earnings and his deeds, end quote. So you're going to be given earnings and rewarded for your deeds for reciting the Quran. The Quran will then appear, your recitation, meaning your personal recitation of the Quran, your Quran will appear for you in the form of a man and intercede for you. So it is proven that Ibn Ishaq heard the hadith from Amr bin Shuaib. Thus, the hadith is proven. Don't let him lie to you. It's proven. You got it? The Quran will appear on the day of resurrection in the form of a man who'll bring the man who learned it but went against its commands. It will appear as a disputant against him will say, O Lord, you made him learn about me, but what a bad learner he was. He transgressed my limits, neglecting my obligations, disobeyed me, and then not obey me. It will keep throwing accusations at him until it said, do what you like with him. Then it will take him by the hand and will not let him go until it throws him onto a rock in hell. Now, guys, can I ask you a question? How the hell does the Quran know all those who did not recite it? How the hell does the Quran then come to Allah and say, he didn't obey my commands, he did everything I said shouldn't be done, and how does Allah tell the Quran, grab him by his hand and throw him in hell? You see what it's saying here? But then what about the righteous person? The Quran will come as a man, right? It will bring a righteous man. The Quran in the form of man will bring a righteous man who learned it and adhered to its teachings. It will appear as a defendant will say, oh Lord, you made him learn about me, and what a good learner he was. He respected my limits, did the obligatory duties, avoided the sins mentioned to me, and obeyed my instructions. It will keep presenting arguments in his favor until it said, do what you like with him. Then it will take him by the hand and will not let him go until it dresses him in brocade and puts on him the crown of a king. Now, here it says this is a da'if isnad, because Ibn Ishaq is mudallis and used the word an, narrating from, i.e., he did not state clearly that he had heard it directly. But al-Bukhari said that the Quran will appear in the form of a man and proceed for its commandments. So let me explain what they're telling you here. I need you to listen to this. It's saying that this particular narration, it has weakness in it, but it doesn't mean it's false. Why? Because in another narration from Bukhari, Bukhari says the Quran will appear in the form of a man, will intercede for its companions, and that's sahih. So, because of that, this hadith deemed weak is proven, and you can trust it. Don't let them lie to you. Right? Don't let them lie to you. Exactly. The Quran is another person. You're catching it. You guys are catching it. Who caught it? Yep, Byzantine. All right. Still not convinced? The word, the Quran will appear on the day of resurrection, mean that his recitation of the Quran will appear to him. Now, you know what that means, guys? Let me show you how genius Muslims are. Each person's recitation of the Quran will appear to him. So if I'm reciting Quran, my recitation will appear in as a man saying, hey, I'm the Quran that you recited. That means the Quran can appear in multiple forms as multiple men, because each person's Quran, his own recitation of the same Quran will appear visibly. That means the Quran can bilocate. In fact, not just locate, manifest in multiple locations, in multiple forms at the same time. Right? It was narrated by Ibn Abi Shayba and Ad-Darimi from Ash-Shabbi from Ibn Asud, who said the Quran will come on the day of resurrection, will intercede for its companion, and will lead him to paradise. So the Quran will save you. It will bring you into paradise. Or it will testify against a person. Or it'll throw you to hell and drive him to hell. Ash-Shabbi did not hear from Ibn Masud, as it says in Al-Marasil by Ibn Abi Hatim. But there is a corroborating report. There's a report that strengthens this one, that says the Quran is an intercessor whose intercession will be accepted, an opponent whose testimony will be accepted. Whoever puts it in front of him, it will lead him to paradise. Whoever puts it behind him, behind his back, it will drive him to hell. So the Quran will either take you to hell or heaven. This was narrated by a number of isnads from Ibn Masud. See Fadail al-Quran by al-Friyabi, Fadail al-Quran by Abu Ubaid, Fadail al-Quran by Ibn Durais, Al-Zuhud by Imam Ahmed, Shu'aib al-Iman by al-Bayhaqi, Al-Mujam al-Kabir by al-Tabarani. From the above, it is clear that just as the Quran will testify for its companions on the day of resurrection, it will also testify against those who went against it. Now, one of Islam's greatest philosophers, Al-Ghazali, he writes that the Quran will appear literally as a man with a beautiful face and figure, but he understood that virtually about everything. Following Muhammad's lead, he basically believed your deeds, your fasting, death, Quran, will all appear visibly. And he didn't take it symbolically, he took it literally. Okay? So the Quran exists as a person. Literally. Literally. Now we got a problem though. What's the problem? Not only does the Quran speak, everyone's recitation of the Quran will appear to him in a visible form, interceding for him. So the Quran can bilocate or appear in multiple forms simultaneously at the same time. It will argue with Allah. The Quran is aware of those that recited it and who didn't, and will make Allah do what it wants, either forgive the person or damn him to hell. But each chapter of the Quran speaks and will intercede and appear on behalf of those that used to recite the chapters. If we go with the present Quran has 114 chapters, but Ubay bin Ka'b had 116. Abdullah ibn Masud had 111. But there are some lists that say 110. Let's go with Ubay bin Ka'b's Quran. That's 114 uncreated, ontologically distinct, eternal divine beings that are distinct from one another, distinct from Allah, but they're uncreated and have no beginning. And they all can appear visibly, so you can see them visibly either in the form of a bird with wings, or a cloud, or a shade, or as a man. And you're telling me Islam teaches absolute monotheism?